Lord. What's going on, everybody? Just happy new week, happy new month, actually, officially. Well, it was new month last week, but you know what I mean, like new month for weekly analysis and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and just get started with the news. Obviously, we want to look at the news before we start to analyze markets, see if there's anything that's potentially going to bring volatility into the market. So tomorrow we have non-manufacturing PMI for the US dollar at 9 a.m. Then we have at 11:30 p.m. Australian dollar for the cash rate. So I'm gonna check for that. Kind of want to watch out for this news because there could be potential volatility on that, but I'm not really 100% sure on Australian dollar. But we'll see on a Monday, especially since it's on a Monday. It's kind of weird, but we'll still see what it does. And then on Friday we have Canadian dollar news, which is unemployment change and unemployment rates. So it looks like the unemployment rates starting to decrease because last month's unemployment was 13.7%, and so this month it's forecasted to be 12.5%. And so, and obviously since jobs started reopening and stuff like that, people started being able to go back to work, so that naturally would be obviously the case. Yeah, so let's see how that plays out. Employment change kind of looks, yeah, it looks like people are starting to go back to work and stuff like that. So we'll see about that. There should be positive Canadian dollar news. But anyways, enough of that. Let's go into these charts. Ooh. All right, and just so that I'm pretty sure, if you guys, whatever pairs you guys want to look at, you guys go ahead and put it in the chat. But I already have a list that I'm gonna go by. So obviously, I start off with the DXY. I like trading a lot of the US dollar, so DXY. So on the weekly time frame, as much as I like to sell right here, all this weekly like price action that's going on. We have this hammer right here. It's been rejecting off of this lower danger zone right here. I still want to see the US dollar go up to retest that RSI line and still drop. I still kind of want to see that happen on the weekly time frame. And especially since I'm not even going to draw out a box. I'm just going to put this zone right here. Especially since price has just been respecting this zone since out over here. It's just been respecting it, and it's been acting like price wants to go up. So that kind of is still what I want to see, especially since I'm seeing price just respect right here at the lower danger zone. It's been respecting there since it closed completely on the weekly time frame, that has just been on this right here. So kind of do want to see it. I still want to see it go bullish and then come down. So I'm still watching out for that potentially on the weekly time frame. And exactly, like, it's kind of the same thing with the DXY. It looks like it's going bullish. Like, we already have, if I'm pretty sure that if I were to let me actually change my setting on the Atlas. So let me, oh no, not that. That is, well, let me put this back there. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's already called for the buy on the Atlas. So it's already acting like as if it wants to go into a buy, and it came back down to retest this and went up back respectfully, and the RSI line is in the lower danger zone. So I kind of still want to see. It looks like the dollar is going to go bullish to me, honestly speaking. But at the same time, like, if it's going to go bullish, is it going to come up here like how I want? Because ultimately, like I said, I want price to come up to right here where it matches up with what that RSI line, although potentially it could even just come to this mean line and drop. But I do want to still see it retrace up a little bit to come down. So if on the daily time frame is calling for a buy, then it might be risky. It might be risky to get it to a long-term buy for the dollar, personally, between the weekly and the daily. But I still want to see this ultimately happen. I still want to see, like, it looks on the daily time frame, it looks like it's going bullish. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. My phone is just blowing up. So on the 4-hour, it looks like price has been respecting. So what happened was price went bearish, came down, and then it showed that it was oversold right here. And so once it went oversold, then it gave this huge bullish engulfing candle, which makes me want to even think more that price wants to go bullish, because this whole bullish engulfing candle, I don't know if price wants to continue selling or not. But we'll see, because currently price is still under this 4-hour RSI line. And it looks like price just went back up to retest it, and it could potentially drop some more. But we're seeing, if you look down here at the level pro, it kind of looks like it might want to start going bullish, but we can't tell just yet. So kind of need to wait a little bit to see exactly what it would do. You know what? I'm going to turn this camera off. Yeah, so kind of, yeah, I mean, we did get a sell call on it, but I don't like how the RSI line looks right here. I still do think that price is going to go bullish. So I'm just bullish all around until price gets, let me go to the daily. I'm just bullish until 98.29, 98.30 to see what price would do once it get up there. Because like I said, everything else kind of looks like it's bullish. Like, I like this 4-hour price action that happened right before the market closed at like 6 a.m. my time. So kind of want to see what it does from here. But ultimately, hey, it could come back and just tap down at 96.97 to make a double bottom, then pop up. So we'll see what happens. So go ahead. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at EURUSD. And what I'm doing is writing down my bias. All right. So EURUSD, I'm pretty sure, kind of looks like the opposite of what just happened. Basically, that's what I believe it is. It's just the exact opposite, and that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like price has just been respecting this this upper danger zone, which at the same time, if we're just using these, not even coming up to these wicks, but you can see this is another place that price was just respecting. So ultimately, I do want to see, this is what I want to see for EURUSD to happen. Either A, it breaks through, closes on top for the week, retests, then continue going bullish, or it's going to come down. Those are my two moves that I have for EURUSD. I mean, obviously it could just consolidate some more, because realistically speaking, that's all it's been doing. It's just been consolidating. It hasn't been trending. But so yeah, like price could, that's what I honestly think may or may not happen with EURUSD. I don't think it's gonna go bullish because like I said, I think the DXY, if it wants to really go bullish, then it'll come back and retest this RSI line and then ultimately popping up. But these, for the long term, this is what I just see either or happening. It's kind of hard to tell because it's like I said, price is just consolidating right here. It could look like right here, it was kind of consolidating for like maybe like from March, the 4th of March to the 15th of July. It's just been consolidating right here. So could possibly see something like that, maybe. But ultimately, I want to see EURUSD drop, go retest that RSI line, because likewise with the dollar, just backwards, you see that the EURUSD looks like it wants to drop as well. Looks like it's setting up for a nice sell. Things are starting to go down. So we'll see how this plays out as well. Already have the aggressive sell called on the arbitrage. If you're using the arbitrage, the Atlas, it's the aggressive sell's already been called. So for my risky traders, long term, you could sell it right now. But I'm personally waiting on this to play out, because what price can do, which it loves to do, is come down, respect this RSI line, go back up, consolidate a little bit, and then finally drop. So I'll just rather wait for wait for the smaller time frames, because I don't even know what the small time frames look like. So let's see. So 4-hour time frame looks the opposite of DXY. Like I said, is just on over the RSI line instead of under. I want it to drop though. I want it to just respect right here, like how it has came up here, overbought, then dropped. Two engulfing candles, two hard engulfing candles. That's telling me that price wants to drop. So yeah, still want to see this drop happen. 1 hour time frame. Same thing, like backwards again. It looks like it wants to buy, but just really watching what it does right here, because if it just stays at this area right here, then the drop is going to happen. Could potentially go up a little bit to right here and then end up dropping. So we'll see how this plays out, but I'm not really feeling the buy. I'm more feeling the sell than anything. So that's for EURUSD. Any questions on EU? Bearish. Wait on 1 hour time frame. All right, no questions? Cool. All right, let's go ahead and go on to GBPUSD. Oops. All right, so GU, I'm kind of feeling the same thing with, let me just go on the weekly time frame. So GU on the weekly time frame, this is interesting, is, well, it's not really interesting. It's kind of not, I remember I had mentioned that I wanted, if price was going to keep dropping, for price to come tap here and then drop to make a lower low, but that might not be happening. Price might just continue consolidating in this zone that it's been in. It's just, I don't know why I hit that. Well, okay. Let me go closer. But yeah, like what we kind of can see is that price is just in between this area. I don't like, no. price has just kind of been consolidating in this area in between these lines that I have right here, right? So gonna remove drawings. GU looks like it's gonna go bullish. That's what this aggressive indicator, aggressive sell is saying. I mean, aggressive sign is saying. It's saying it's gonna go bullish because it just came back and kind of retested this RSI line, which that's kind of what it looks. I mean, not RSI line. Sorry, the lower danger zone. That's what it kind of looks like to me is going on. It just came back to retest this lower danger zone, and so price could potentially. Honestly, I don't know what the play is on here because prices already came up and retested this. This could probably just, like I said, consolidate some more, but price can either go up or it can come down again at this point. So I want to look at the lower time frames to get a better picture. All right, so daily time frame is kind of weird because price is over the RSI line, but I'm going to zoom in really zoom in so you can see it. But the reason why this sell is called is because this blue line is under the RSI line. But as soon as this blue line crosses over, it's going to call for a buy. So that's just some game I wanted to put you guys on. But yeah, this kind of looks like it might go bullish if it's like, if we take a look at the, okay then. Oops, not that. If we take a look at the arbitrage Z indicator, it kind of looks like price may go bullish. We still have this Z line right here, this purple Z line. We still do have it that's kind of under the ground zero. So kind of just want to just see it just smidge up a little bit, just a tiny bit. And then I can say that, okay, this is a buy. But for right now, I do like that the arbitrage line and also the RSI line is above ground zero. So this may look bullish, but oops, I keep pressing the wrong button. But what I kind of do want to see this still drop because ultimately still in a downtrend. Well, actually, no, it's not. Yeah, it's not really in a downtrend. Like I said, it's just been consolidating a lot. It's kind of weird, but want to see how this plays out for sure. Because price came down, touched this lower danger zone, popped up, hit this, retested. This could potentially go up bullish. 4-hour time frame. Yeah, this is already bought, which is, I don't like how this looks. I remember how I wanted, with this bullish candle right here, I wanted to retest for us to get in last week. I remember, I forgot that was where exactly. I'll go take a look, but yeah, I definitely remember that happening. And this went super bullish. I kind of wouldn't mind price coming down. I wouldn't mind price coming down, retesting this, and then popping up. That would be ideal, question mark, to get into a buy. if we were looking at the daily wise, but if that happens, then that's just price coming back to retest the mean line, which would then make price under the RSI line, and then that sell that's called would play out better. Kind of weird. 1 hour time frame. Excuse me. Okay, so this 1 hour time frame makes things look a little bit more clear. So usually when price does this, looks like it's a suit. It looks like a perfect sell. Everything lines up properly. Okay, press the sell button. Price would drop, and then it pops back up for a buy like this. What I've noticed happens a lot of times is that price would just come back up, either A, touch this upper danger zone, or B, come back and touch the 2 deviations and then drop. I know this looks terrible. It looks like a cat. Let me see if I could draw one. Nah, I'm not with it. But yeah, it could either A, come back up here to retest this and drop, or B, just come up here and retest where price recent highs were and then drop. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I said, with GU, I don't necessarily have a direction for it other than bullish as of right now, based off of the daily time frame. And the one, like I said, the 1 hour time frame is calling for the buy, and the 4 hour is kind of calling for the buy. So everything looks bullish, and looks like it's setting up for a buy. So all I can say is G looks bullish, which looks kind of weird to me right now. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right because it's just in the middle of this zone. Like I said, it's in the middle of this zone that I drew out earlier, and it's calling for a sell right here, but it's over the RSI line. It just looks weird to me. But yeah, I think it's bullish. Any questions? I know you're like, bruh, what you mean you don't know? Yeah, but yeah, bullish overall. That's how I feel. All right, let's go ahead and go to UCAD. I didn't trade a lot of US dollar pairs except for AU, and of course my freaking SPX 500 that I trade. They've been playing me. All right, so UCAD still have price over this RSI line right here. We still have price over this RSI line. We still have arbitrage Z at the level pro. Everything's over or on the ground zero. Likewise with the level pro right here. So I'm bullish on this, and this looks like it's setting up. I had mentioned it last week. I said this might be actually setting up for a buy. I still feel the same exact way because price came back up. It did reject the RSI line, but things kind of look like it wants to go bullish here. Because if on the weekly time frame, price didn't break through this, then on the daily, maybe price won't break through here either, which also like makes me believe that the US dollar can go bullish, but UCAD is its own man sometimes. But yeah, UCAD's already gone bearish, and look where price is stopped at the lower danger zone right here. So if price just rejects and stops right here, because even when it's sold and stopped right here at the lower danger zone, same thing likewise right here. So if price does end up just staying right here, then this could potentially be an awesome, like for my swing traders, like swing opportunity for you to take price bullish, like even, yeah, like right where I have it at, just at the recent highs, to see if it gets back up there, that if it's eventually going to sell or not. But it's all depends, like I said, if it's going to respect this. Let's go on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, price is currently under the RSI line, came and tapped on the one deviation. This might be an opportunity to buy. Who knows? If I were to be a risky buyer, I would buy right now, honestly. But I'm going to go ahead and put USDCAD. Risky buy opportunity. $1.35533. And honestly, I would put a stop loss 1.35294. But that could just be a stop hunt and then price ends up going up. But if that's, I'd rather have a stop loss right there and have an alert set there, which is exactly what I'm going to do. so that when this alerts, I can watch and see if that was a stop hunt or not. And then I'm like, okay, it's just a stop hunt. I'll just get back in the trade. Or to see if price is just going to go and keep dropping. Because, like I said, it's a risky buy. Nothing's really calling for a sell. So I'm just going to set that up. And then one more alert, just because I can. And just because TradingView be playing sometimes. So yeah, no, USDCAD crossing arbitrage. 3 deviations down. And then create. Yeah, I like that. So if it gets to this 3 deviation, which, like I said, it could be a potential stop hunt, then that would be something that I would want to watch out for. But yeah, like I said, right now it looks like a good opportunity for a risky buy. Like I said, it's risky, so let's see how that plays out. Daily time frame real quick. Because then think about it. What do I usually say when it comes to looking for buys on moves like this? I usually say that, oh, you want the breakout, then you want the retest, and then you want the continuation. So what this could be is just a breakout, and price could just like literally smash through this TP, which is kind of what I expect. But I still, yeah, this looks like a good opportunity to buy right now, personally speaking. If it's like, I know it's risky, and I know the price can potentially just drop some more, but I'm going to take that risk. You feel me? So I'm actually going to get into this right now. Okay, cool. USDCAD. I'm going to put it at 1.35 to 80. Buy. And let's see how that plays out. So that's USDCAD. Let's go on to, well, any questions on UCAD? This is an amazing trade. I like the risk to reward a lot. 1 to 5. Level 1. Yeah, I like that. All right, that's for UCAD. Let's go on to USDJPY. Then I'll go take a look at AUDUSD. I'm currently actually in that trade, and it's playing me. All right, USDJPY, you've been playing way too many games. So, weekly time frame. I remember that 1 week when price went bullish, I said it dropped down to retest here, go bullish, but it didn't. Price came down, acted like it wanted to drop more, respected this, the upper danger zone. No, lower danger zone. Sorry, I'm mixing up my words. But no, yeah, I definitely kind of want to see. I don't know. I don't like how this bearish candle right here, I don't like how it looks to me. It looks like price may want to drop this candle right here, because price did end up trying to go bullish, but then ended up going bearish. There's no signs of bullish movement right here right now, so kind of iffy on that. And it's but on the 1 hour, on the daily time frame, I don't want this. On the 1 hour time frame, it looks like price can just go bullish, and we already have this aggressive buy call right here called for, so kind of looks good for a buy, if you ask me. I just don't like this bearish engulfing candle right here. and it looks like price did want to try to sell, but it just looks like currently price is just respecting this. So maybe on the 1 hour time frame, it looks like it's setting up for a buy. No. I mean, it might call a buy, but I don't like how the 1 hour looks at all. So let's look at the 2 hour real quick though. Nah, no, I don't like any of those time frames. USDJPY though, like I said, if we're going based off of this, kind of looks like it looks good for a buy. Maybe back to these recent highs to see if it'll break through it. I'm kind of bullish on UJ though, because price is just because if initially what I had assumed before was price went bullish to retest this RSI line and then continue going bullish. That was my analysis that I did like about a month ago, if I'm not mistaken. And it looks like price has just been like consolidating around this right here. And right now we already have the aggressive buy call right here. So yeah, I'm kind of bullish on USDJPY as well. It's not the best entry. No, I'm not going off of this. Hell no. Oh crap, I forgot to put in that trade on a different account and the phone's about to die. If I could find it, that'd be great. There we go. Okay, my bad. So yeah, USDJPY, I kind of feel the same thing. Like, although it does look like it's setting up for a sell on the 4 hour time frame, I kind of think it's gonna just respect this RSI line to continue going bullish. That's my opinion on it. Daily time frame, I'll probably just take it. I mean, that's 63 pips you're trying to get for about 30. So like a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. But that doesn't look like so much of a bad trade to me, honestly. I mean, ultimately, I think that it's going to come back up here regardless, like to the 2 deviations, which then the risk to reward would be greater. But okay, yeah, actually, I'll have it like this because that's where I think it potentially is going to go, like back up to right here, and then it'll see if it wants to continue going bullish or drop. Because on the weekly time frame, it looks a little too high. But yeah, I wanted it to like come back and retest right here, this RSI line, to see if it's going to drop. So yeah, we'll just leave our TP up there, but definitely we'll take a good amount of our profits right here for a trade like this. So that's for USDJPY. It's kind of, again, risky buy opportunity. Um, 108.103 will be like TP1, then 108.879 is take profit all. Stop loss 10. I kind of don't know how I feel about this stop loss right here. It's kind of a risky buy again, but yeah, no, yeah, that's a good. I would probably put it. No, right there's fine for me, honestly. 107 point what? I'll put 180 instead of 195. Stop loss. Okay. So yeah. So that's like a risk to reward of 1 to 4. You're risking 31 pips to gain 138 pips. I kind of like those odds. But yeah, so that's my analysis on UJ. Any questions on that? Any questions on UJ? All right, so AUDUSD. It's funny because I still have this set up from the other day. This is just playing games with me because I still want it to go bearish, but it doesn't want to. But hey, it is what it is. But I kind of, yeah, this is what it's the same exact setup that I have since I put it up last week on a chart. The price has just been consolidating. I think of eventually, maybe this is what I'm thinking, that price might come back up here just to take some liquidity, end up dropping. But I do still want to see the Australian dollar lose strength, and also the US dollar I think is going to gain strength. So I'm still bearish on AUDUSD, but it's definitely not bearish. It's not telling me it wants to go bearish. Let me go ahead and hide all this real quick. So price is still over here at this 2 deviations area, which I still kind of want to see price drop. I don't want to see price just stay up here and then keep going bullish. I still want to see it drop, but you don't want to necessarily want to sell up here. And same thing with on the hourly time frame. Price opened up down here. It came back up to close the gap. I still want to see this drop. So yeah, just want to see what happens here. If price ends up going up, then hey, it is what it is. We'll wait to see what happens, but I don't want to buy right now. That's the last thing I want to do because price is just so overbought on the daily time frame. Let's look at the weekly actually. So get rid of all that. Yeah, that's interesting to see. So on the weekly, and this is gonna draw out. Well, yeah, it's the same thing. It's the exact same. It looks the exact same thing on the weekly. I kind of still want to see it drop so that we can have a proper retest on the weekly, and then maybe it'll go higher eventually. But I still want to see this drop. So my analysis really hasn't changed for AUDUSD. If it goes bullish, then hey, it goes bullish. But I don't really want it to. So yeah. Any questions on AU? No questions. All right. So AU, same analysis. Yep. So let's go ahead and go on to different pairs. Like let's go on to EURGBP. I don't really trade NZD pairs like that except for Euro NZD. So that's just me. So this is another reason why I think that EURGBP might be going bearish. I mean, not EURGBP, that GBPUSD might be going bullish. So with EURGBP, what has happened was that on the weekly time frame, price came up, it came and hit these highs, this equal high right here, which was both on the 3 deviation and the 2 deviation, ended up retesting, not even touching to retest the RSI line on the weekly, then ended up jumping up and almost touching up here. But then it ended up dropping, and even the candle that's bearish ended up printing bigger than the previous week's candle, right? So I'm basically saying that like an engulfing candle happened on the daily time frame. This is the engulfing candle right here that happened. Price was overbought, ended up dropping. Now, what I want to see on EURGBP, and this looks like a really good setup. It looks like because price is at the upper danger zone is for price to break out, retest the RSI line, and then end up dropping down to right here at the lower danger zone. That's what I would want to see as a trade setup. So if you are down, if you are somebody, well, hold on, let me put this a little higher. Right there's fine. There we go. So if you are a risky trader, again, you could sell the breakout, have a position up there, have your stop losses there, and you're chilling, and then wait for the retest and price to break out. But that isn't happened yet. You'd have to wait and see. 4-hour time frame, it's already called for the sell. So I mean, what price could evidently do is just possibly respect this lower danger zone, go up to retest the RSI line and then drop. But I kind of, yeah, that would be an entry for me to try to get into this sell. If that were to happen, that would be an entry for me to possibly get in. I'm like, okay, this might be an entry, but also price can just end up just dropping right here. So, and 1-hour time frame looks like it's going for a sell, but that could be a fake out for a buy, because I was looking for EURGBP to go bullish, but that never ended up happening. So hey, maybe we'll see EURGBP buy up again. Like I said, we could possibly get that retest of the RSI line and then dropping, because that kind of that looks like it matches up with the 4-hour. Not so much, maybe a little higher. So yeah, this is actually more of what I think is going to happen. Price is just going to go bullish, retest the RSI line that's starting to drop, and then continue its downtrend. Well, it's not necessarily in a downtrend either, because it still hasn't broken through the structure, and it kind of looks like this might be a head and shoulders pattern on the 4-hour, but it looks kind of lopsided to me, so I'm not going to draw it. But yeah, kind of want to see a correction with your GP than a drop. So that's what I have on that. BP, retrace to mean line, drop. Any questions on that? Questions? All right. Let's go ahead and go on to GBPAUD. So this pair, same analysis, man. You're trying to tell me that this thing was just consult that I didn't pay attention to GA all week last week. I didn't even like give it attention like that. I think like personally, like me trading it, I didn't even like want to look at it, and it's just been consolidating. So I have the exact same setup regardless. I still have this, and this looks like it even might not even do this buy then drop. It looks like it's gonna just go bullish. Like this looks like an awesome setup for a sell. Let's go on the weekly time frame. Yeah, I kind of still want to see this push up. Yeah, nothing's really changed. Hourly time frame, it's calling for an aggressive buy already, but let's take a closer look at it. Ooh, I do not like the engulfing bearish candle, but this is the opening market, so don't really want to judge that. Price is still at this lower danger zone. Yeah, price could possibly just respect right here, then go bullish right now. I still have the same analysis basically. So that's on GA. I'm not really gonna go too much further into that, but yeah, well, I guess I could potentially see this happening. Price just goes bullish, and then we'll see what happens from there. GA, same analysis. Any questions on that? Questions? No questions? All right, all right. Euro AUD looks like it's been more bearish than GA has. And for EURGBP again, like I want to see the euro pairs kind of gain some strength to go up a little higher before dropping. But Euro AUD, let's see on the weekly time frame. Yeah, this looks bearish as heck, but I still want to see it drop. But we have this huge engulfing bearish candle on the weekly time frame. Well, it's not huge, but it's a pretty decent sized one. And as well, EA, it was bearish right before then the close of the market last week. It's just been on a downtrend. So this could potentially keep dropping some more, but we never got into this retest. Like I said, like I mentioned last week, and it's still the same thing. But let's see how price holds right here. It could respect right there and then end up going bullish. That's what I would want to see. So we'll see how that goes for EA. But yeah, I would want to look for buys. I just don't like this bearish candle. But if this buy ends up happening, that'd be cool. Because price did make a gap, and then it just looks like it's closing that gap right now. So see what happens. That's a risky buy opportunity right there. If I've seen one. So any questions on EA? I kind of still want to see it push up. Honestly, it just looks really bearish to me because it's sold this so much. I just want to see it actually go bearish. But if it doesn't, then it doesn't. I mean, bullish, not bearish. All right. Euro AUD. Risky buy. I'll just watch for it. I think what might be a good solution for me to watch for that would just be to set a alert on the 1 hour time frame, giving me a buy call on EA. Simple as that. If I get it, then boom, I'll buy. If not, then hey, it's not for me. All right, so let's go ahead and go on to let me think. EAGA. I'll go on to gold. Gold is a good pair to take a look at. All right, so this is why I have trust issues with gold so much. It gave this huge candle going bearish, and then boom, it's just from bullish engulfing. It looks like I don't know. I don't want to encourage anybody to try to buy this. I mean, to try to sell this. I'm from down here. I mentioned it's gonna go bullish. Went bullish, made a higher high, almost hit 1800, but it came all the way up to 1789.265. That's the highest it ended up coming to. I still think it's gonna hit 1800. I wouldn't sell it. I don't like how gold looks. To even try to trade it right now is just messy. But if you're gonna trade it, 4 hour time frame and 1 hour time frame look like they're gonna call for a sell. The way how this RSI line looks though, price could still pop up a little higher, potentially make a double top and then drop. But I don't want to sell gold, honestly. Like I said, trust issues. Right here, it literally dropped. It literally dropped like 1,426 pips, and then rose back up to 1,628 pips in an 8 hour time span, which is basically this drop, then price going back up. So yeah, That's on gold. Don't really like it, but hey, that's what it is. Let's go on to SPX 500. So this drop looks like it's going to be stubborn, and I wouldn't expect anything less from SPX 500. Price came up here. Peyton had to show me something, and I still agree with it. Sort of price could just come back up here, which is looks like it's going to happen. That's literally what looks like it's going to happen to 3,198, and then end up dropping. That's something that could potentially happen with SPX 500. Yeah, we even have the buy call on the weekly time frame. Just got that call today. So I would just watch out for it personally. Because I don't know if you guys been paying attention, but on the weekly time frame, you'd have a candle that's telling you to buy. Like let's say the candle would be up here and tell you to buy, but then it'll drop down a little bit before it makes its move. So kind of might happen the same thing with SPX 500. There is something that Royce had showed me though, and I am watching that like a hawk, and it looks like USDJPY is in profit. Or no, we got in. I don't know. Whatever. SPX 500. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Let's go on the daily time frame. Was it on this? I don't think it was this band. Or was it? No, I don't think it was on this band. I might be wrong. I might need to go back and check. Yeah, I don't think it was on this band. I'll go ahead and take a look, and then I'll like talk about it in my chat or something later on. But yeah, SPX 500, kind of waiting to see what it's gonna do up here. If it's gonna just continue going bullish or if it's gonna drop, but it's just a tricky pair right now. It just looks like it's been in a lot of consolidation, and what Peyton said might end up happening. Just hits that liquidity that ends up dropping. On the daily time frame, it still looks like it wants to sell, but not necessarily at the same time either. 4-hour time frame, about the same thing, kind of. 1-hour time frame. I did say that it might sell last week, but we might end up getting the exit very shortly. So if we do get the exit, then I'll say, okay, let's get out this trade. I'm still in it. It's just dang, this bullish candle right here when the market opened just went bullish. So I still think it's gonna drop though. So let's see how this plays out. Still in this trade, I'll still hold the L for now, but yeah. Any questions on SPX 500? Oh, and obviously Dow Jones, of course. Basically the same thing. Yeah, looks basically the same thing. Still think price could still drop, so would watch out and see how that plays out. But yeah. Is there any pairs that anybody else wants me to take a look at? Is there any pairs at all that anybody else wants me to take a look at?
Take a look at NU.
NZDUSD. Okay. It's funny, guy. I really don't trade NZDUSD, but this pair is just as annoying as AUDUSD.
That it is.
It is just as annoying as AUDUSD. It looks like it might be making a double top to eventually drop, but I would want to see how it plays right here, honestly. Let me see what's on the weekly.
Yeah, it's been kind of playing around that area since last week.
What was that?
It's been kind of playing in that area since the last couple of days of last week. Just kind
Yeah,
of up and down one little spot right there.
there's just in between right here. Let me go on the daily time frame. For the past couple of days, yeah, it's just been playing around in this zone. So yeah, it could possibly just come up, come down, come back up, come down. I want to see this sell. Like the way how the daily's setting up, I want to see this drop for sure, but that's not what price is telling us right now.
Yeah, it's not, unfortunately.
Exactly. On the 4 hour time frame, yeah, right now it's at the 2 deviations right here, so I wouldn't like pursue this buy that longer. If somebody's already in it, I wouldn't. Possibly it possibly could, but I would take a consideration of taking profits. Same thing with the 1 hour. The 1 hour looks like it's setting up for a buy for not for a
Of
buy
course,
for sure. So
I put a 0.01 lot size like right. I forgot exactly where I put it at, but it was above when it was still up here, playing around Friday afternoon, and then it spiked down, got me into it, and it started going back up. I was like, "Oh, it's dropping.
yeah.
I think it's gonna drop this week. It might not. It's probably not gonna be tonight, obviously, with no volume in the market."
Hey, we'll see, man. I've seen like lately some USD pairs have really been dropping
Yeah.
during Monday, so we'll see. But yeah, so that's NU. I want to see this drop for sure.
Oh yeah, it's
If
gonna
it
be a big
respects
drop.
right here.
I got it going down to 64.64000.
Yeah, that's 64.64. That's a good area. Yeah, right here. That's a good spot. Because if it does end up going right there, right over here, yeah, where this wick came down and hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't like how that looks.
Don't look good at all, but I
It
mean, I got
doesn't.
small lot sizes on it. I can play it up if I need to.
Yeah, exactly. All right, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing on this. I hope it like I really think that it might actually end up dropping from right here. It just might go up a little bit higher, but end up dropping for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought too. I just want to get a third opinion on it. Ask a few people already.
Yeah, there you go. Two eyes are better than one, right?
Yeah, the more the merrier.
Exactly. All right, all right. Well, I think that might be it for me today then. All right. Any other pairs anybody wants me to look at? Oh, raw square. All right, no problem, Lorraine, no problem. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a good night. Let's make some money this week and let's see what's gonna happen, right? Because can't control the market, but we can analyze it and make life easier with arbitrage. So yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see how that
for
plays
sure.
out. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. I mean,
All right, you
good rest
too.
of the week.